71, you guys finally got an overtime win.
Yeah, overtime has not been kind to the Nashville Predators, so that was huge for us. Huge 2 points. I mean, you talk about character wins, top team. We lose Hornquist for the game. We fell behind early in the third against the #1 road team in the league. I think they're 23-9-4 before this game. They don't lose too many times in the third period when they have a lead, and being a little bit shorthanded, guys stepped up and just a real character win. We had a big penalty kill, able to get a puck, and obviously Marty took it to the net, and we had a couple cracks at it, and finally Leggy put it in. And then obviously that big power play goal in the overtime, that was, the right guy got it too. I mean, Webbs has been a real rock back there, and they moved it around really well, and Suits got it over to him, and he let that bomb go.
Coming out of the penalty box, what's Marty looking for, or trying to read on where he should go, or on the one that Marty's coming out of the penalty box, on the one that
ended up being the tying goal?
Yeah.
He's looking for a breakaway. I mean, we were pretty fortunate. I think Chara was heading to the bench for a little bit of a change. I think it was Chara. I probably shouldn't throw him under the bus or anything there. I think it was they had a defenseman anyways that was heading to the bench, and Marty got it. And what you want at that point is just get to the net, get a really good shot, see if you can score. Obviously, you tried that. If not, maybe they haul you down, you get a penalty shot, or you get guys jumping up in the play like we did and get 2 or 3 cracks at it, and them being on the wrong side. And I think we were fortunate. A guy dove and sort of knocked the brass down a little bit, and we were able to chip it over him. So huge goal, huge. And I'll tell you what, you talk about inspiring. The crowd was fantastic tonight, especially in the third when we were, running a little bit on fumes and getting a little bit discouraged. They were fantastic, and we're going to need them Saturday night. We're going to need them right to the bitter end here.
The Hornquist penalty, what did you see out of that?
Well, I have the luxury of obviously seeing the replay, and at first I couldn't see it. The original penalty, it's right along the board. You can't see anything on the bench there, and I got a chance to look at it, on the screen like everybody else, and then between periods. And at first you look at it, the referee just said, I saw his elbow out and make contact with the head, and then when I watched the replay, it really looked like Hornquist was really had his elbow out, and then as he goes into Sagan, he brings his elbow in and actually puts sort of the brakes on it and sort of turns. So when I looked at it, I really didn't think it was a penalty, or if it was, I didn't probably see it that way. And I looked at it a number of times, and I'm probably in disagreement with the referee, but we have the advantage, obviously, of watching it in slow motion. We have the advantage of watching numerous times. He's going to make a split-second call, and angles are everything for what you see and stuff. So, it doesn't really matter right now. It's called. He missed. He missed the game, and we had to fight through a very good power play that created a lot of chances. Pex today was spectacular. He kept us in there all game, and that's why I think he's a Vezina and a Hart candidate.
You can ask the
you think the officials are more on edge though with those kind of things?
Well, yeah. I mean, they are more sensitive. Our league is more sensitive. I mean, the general managers just came back from Florida with their meetings with a mandate, and yeah, they're more sensitive. I mean, I think our whole league is more sensitive. Everything from the top, from Gary Bettman to everybody in the war room, to the general managers, to the coaches, the players. I mean, we're all more sensitive to the PA on that. And this is part of our game. A lot of good players have concussions, but they're not always, as the general managers say, they're not always dirty hits. They're just sometimes hockey plays.
You can ask the league to rescind the game.
Well, that's not really my job. I'll leave that up to the league, and they see everything. So whatever happens, that'll probably David to the league. They'll let him know what they think and go from there. So it's really not my job, and that's probably a question for someone at the league, I guess.
Wilson and Trotz both had a goal and assist. This is the type of game that you think can get them going a little bit?
Well, hopefully, yeah. I mean, you know, I've been in Colin a little bit. I've been on Sergei. We need some production from them. If we're going to have some success, we need, you know, production from everybody in the lineup, and everybody has to, you know, be accountable for. If we can get a goal from, you know, like last game, Halistruck, and if we can get, you know, Sergei and Willie contributing, and Leggy and Marty and our back end contributing, we're going to have a chance to win games. But we can't have, you know, guys going into, you know, 12, 15 game dry spells right now. It just, we don't have that many games left. We got to win some games.
Ward close to playing today, or?
Not really. And I just said, could you go today? And he said no. But, you know, talking to our trainers, they feel a lot more optimistic for Saturday. And obviously we're going to need them. We're pretty short-handed right now.
Can you talk about the penalty kill, the 5-minute kill, and then right after the one in the third period to get in the tying goal? How big of a role PK played?
PK was huge. I mean, you know, we talk about how your special teams affect momentum. You know, tonight, you know, we got some momentum. You saw the change in our, once we killed that penalty, it was like we had energy and they didn't, and that's the momentum swing, and we were able to capitalize a couple times, and they're a real good team. They're resilient. They capitalized on a counter attack and got it tied up, and then, you know, our bench deflates, and then we battle pretty hard. We get some chances, don't score at the end of the period, and they come out in the second and score early, and our you know, we get a little bit more deflated on the bench because it's been hard to, and they're a very good team, and you know, we get a big penalty kill. We get a puck right out, gets knocked out in the neutral zone, and we were able to capitalize on that. And, you know, you look back earlier in the game, I mean, we had a power play, and they got a guy come out of the box and a huge, you know, when I think it was 1-0 at the time, and a huge save by Pex. I mean, that right there, they get up 2-0. I'd probably say that they'd be the winners tonight if they would have got that second goal. But Pex just was fantastic and allowed us to stay in the game. And when we were able to stay in the game, we showed a tremendous amount of character and found a way to get it done.
Leg one, go ahead. Leg one, 2 more points tonight. What's he doing that's made him more productive?
Well, it's not just Leggy. It's everybody. Leggy's got a tremendously talented individual, and he's playing with a lot more, I'll say, passion, a lot more urgency in his game, and Marty is, and whoever's over there, if it's, you know, Wardo or Wilson or Sergei or Spalling, I mean, you put anybody there, and they're all working really hard, trying to make something happen, because it's very important right now. You know, we got some guys banged up, and then hopefully we, you know, got Willie and Sergei off the schneid. Maybe they get hot right here, and you know, we're getting good energy and you know, some quality time from the Spallings and Smithsons, and Toots is giving us good energy, and you know, JP scored a big goal the other night, and that's all we're going to have to do it, because we're piecing this together game by game, and even during the game we're piecing things together, and it's a hard way to do it, but it's a lot of character in our room that you know, these are the things, those passionate type of wins that can, you know, maybe vault us to what we need to do here.
You really seem to have a lot more puck control tonight, cycling the puck, setting up plays.
Well, we did. When we cut down there, we had some good shifts. We were able to try to take advantage of the way they play a little bit. But it was, you know, they're such a good team in the neutral zone. They're a quick counter team, and we had some trouble with that. That gave us a lot of trouble tonight. A lot more, you know, they play very similar to LA through the neutral zone, but a little quicker than I think LA did. LA was a little more stationary than Boston tonight, and we had a little bit of trouble with that, more so than I wanted to.
Okay. Thank you.